Hi guys, welcome back to my new video, and it's been a while since I've uploaded a YouTube channel. To be honest with you, I don't really have a plan on what to say, but I just wanted to update you guys on my life, especially because there's a lot of things that have happened to me, especially in the next in the past 5 months. So today I'm gonna talk about something that has recently happened to me. So what happened was my ex actually cheated on me with my best friend, and this happened when I was going back to Indonesia. So currently I'm a university student in Japan, and I've been dating this Japanese girl for around 3 years, and I loved her, right? But I usually go back during the summer and the winter, and during that time, whether I like it or not, I was forced to do this long distance with her for a few months, and back for the course of the 3 years, it was strong, but I guess things started to slow down a bit and stagnate, especially towards the breaking point of the breakup, right? And I feel like yeah, during the relationship, things weren't going as fast and smooth as before. So maybe that could have gave her reasons to maybe find another person. And you know, when I found out about this, I was absolutely disappointed with myself, and I went through this hard depression. And I put all the blame to myself, and I really didn't know what to do because I really thought that I was gonna marry her. So I felt disappointed in myself, and I begged, and I was angry at God because I just wanted to because I just wanted to know, like, why would He do this. And at the same time, like, all my friends weren't there to support me as well, especially the ones in Japan. So I was just there doing my own stuff alone, and yeah, it was a really really dark time of my life. But why is it that because of this incident that I was able to grow even further? And I'm actually, now that I look at it, I can say that I'm actually pretty glad that my ex cheated on me because of the amount of progress and self improvement that I've made in the past few months. So what has changed? Uh, I feel like my mindset has changed ever since the incident. The more that I actually thought about it, the more I realized that there was actually no point of me just putting all the blame to myself, because in the end, the one that pulled the trigger was my girlfriend. And even though I wasn't necessarily the best boyfriend, the one that actually triggered this whole incident was my girlfriend, and it shouldn't be something that I put myself to blame on. And aside from that, like the self improvement that I've made, I've ever since the incident, I actually got a lot closer to God, and I went to church. I started reading the Bible, and even though I was a Christian all my life, I never really felt close to God uh, until I this incident, because it was absolute. It was I've always been I've always had a high ego, just being transparent with you guys. And whenever I approach God in the past, I used to always approach Him with confidence, and just in the end, I it's not really like a proper relationship. I just see Him as a tool to benefit myself, and just asking for a bunch of stuff, when in reality that's not how it works, right? And ever since I found God, and really really uh, fell on my knees for Him, because during that time of my life, I absolutely had nothing. I mean, yes, I had a loving family and all of that, and I'm glad that my family was still able to support me throughout all these times. And I also have a bunch of my close friends back in Indonesia who supported me along the way, and gave me asked about me in time to time. But it was actually during this time where I had no confidence in me left, and I just felt so empty. And it was during this time that I actually fully submitted to God, and I asked Him, like, if the and I realized that whatever happens to me, He has a plan, and uh, I'm gonna make the best out of it. And just one way to look at it is that if one way one day I pass away and I find out that all of my other alternatives are more successful than me, that would make me feel like shit, right? So I'm just trying my best to do whatever I can to be the best possible version of myself, even after this incident. And I feel like God has played an important role because of this. And not only that, but He continues to give me this motivation because uh, it just I just know in my heart that you know this was meant to happen for me if God allowed it. So there's going to be something good that comes out of it because in the end, nothing good. Bad things can never come from. Good things will always come from something bad. Right? In the end, like how can we even define good if there isn't bad in the world? So, yeah, that's just a bit of my thinking and logic. It might not make sense, but maybe it's just cope. But aside from that, like yeah, ever since I started reading the Bible, I went to a community. I started, serving God and just submitting myself to Him because I understand that He will eventually provide a way for me, and I just want to live life to the fullest, be my very best, and I'm sure that one day that He will provide me with an even better person to be with in my life. So when it comes to self-improvement, I actually did two things. I mean, as you all may know, like I've been doing trading for around 3 years, and it was yeah, for 2 years and a half, I was actually stagnating. Well, the first year I was doing it was my learning phase, right? So I was learning so much, and I felt like wow, I could maybe start being profitable in 1 year in a year and a half, right? But in the end, it actually took another year of stagnation and just break even before I could finally start being profitable in trading. And the the trigger for me to actually start being profitable was actually this breakup because I feel like I wasn't pushing myself to the limit and I wasn't taking trading full time because I was too much focused on my friends and my family, and I had my girlfriend as well. So life seemed good, right? And honestly speaking, I do come from a family that's comfortable, so I wasn't really worried about economic wise, and I wasn't doing I wasn't working as hard for my career, and I felt like that was one of the reasons why my trading wasn't going as smooth as it is right now. So yeah, maybe God realized this, and that's why He proceeded to allow my ex to cheat on me, so I can finally start working on myself and finally become profitable. But ever since I'm profitable now, and I'll I'll talk about that in another video of how my trading has progressed throughout these past 3 years. But I just feel so much better of myself. I feel a lot more confident, and I feel like confidence is such an important factor in everyone's life because when you have confidence, right, you just have that motivation to do your very best because you, in your heart, you know that like you're capable of doing this. So it's like a bit of yeah, it's a bit of being it's somehow being delusional, but it's actually a good thing because it motivates you to do your very best, right? And I also started working out. I actually managed to get stronger, but at the same time, I managed to cut my body fat from 19% to 11, and I feel great. Like, man, life just feels so different when you're working on yourself and you can see it physically and also mentally. And I wanna make this video to motivate uh, all of you guys who are watching this video. I know there might be not a lot of people, but you know, always work on yourself. And no matter how old you are, like right now I'm 22, and I was stuck for like maybe 1 or 2 years, but because of this incident, that maybe Satan wanted me to that like people might get demotivated because your relationship of 3 years, uh your girlfriend of 3 years just suddenly cheated on you with your best friend, right? But I actually use this as motivation, and I feel great. Like and I'm glad that this incident actually happened to me, because I was able to grow and develop more as a person, and I feel like I've just became more mature, and I'm ready for the real world. And I feel like yeah, God prepared me for this moment to actually make me understand that, in the next in the next years to come, life isn't gonna be easy, and there's gonna be more obstacles that will be harder and more tougher than this. So yeah, I'm glad that I'm able to share this experience with all of you, and I want this to serve as a motivation for all of you who are struggling right now. Don't Whatever bad things that have happened to you, don't work yourself on it. It Sometimes these bad things were meant to happen, and God actually allowed it to happen for you to further develop as a person. Because once you're able to get through that issue that you've been dealing with for years or like months, and you've fully able to overcome it, the amount of confidence that you will gain from that incident is immeasurable, and I feel like you would just grow so much as a person, and just uh, be a more wiser, more capable person in the future. So yeah, I want you guys to just continue to stay confident, and continue to try your best in whatever you're doing, whether it's working on yourself, maintaining a diet, working out, doing a business, focusing on school. In the end, the like the hard work that you put, no matter how useless it feels in the beginning, in the end it's gonna build up and it's gonna accumulate, and one day you're gonna have that aha moment where, like, wow, things are finally going well for me, and I'm so glad that I took that chance, or I worked on myself during that time, and that will just make you more confident, and even more and make you an even better person. So yeah, see you guys. Thank you. Cheers.